Hey everybody, it's Mike and Renee with the Friedrich Team here at eXp Realty. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and the question today is...
why are home inspections important for both buyers and sellers?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. And we get that quite a bit, right? And I think the biggest question, the biggest reason rather, why it's important for a seller is so you're not getting yourself into a transaction just to find out later that there's deferred maintenance items that you have to deal with. And maybe it's just a $5,000 or even maybe just a $500 item that needs to be addressed. But in the eyes of a buyer, it looks more like a $5,000 item, right? So everything is much more expensive, and then it becomes an item of negotiation. Versus if it's you may not even have to actually address it ahead of time, right?
Right.
But if you can disclose it and then you can negotiate it, I think that's the number one reason why it's important for a seller. But yes. Then, I mean, we're representing a lot of buyers too.
We do,
so, right?
Yeah. And really, it's just doing your due diligence, right? This is the biggest investment that most people will ever make. And so spending a little bit of time and money on knowing exactly what you're getting is so important. So right now in this current market, it is a little bit more of a seller's market. And so a lot of times we're not able to negotiate repairs for our clients. Most sellers are trying to sell their homes as is. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't know what you're getting into and have that inspection contingency in place, because we may find out that there are termites or, you know, some dry rot that's been neglected. We actually had a lot of dry rot on the house that we just bought last year. And so we still bought it, but we went into it knowing what we were getting ourselves into and planning for that. And so just uncovering those unknowns, it's super important.
And really, at the end of the day, even if we cannot negotiate those repairs, like Renee said, you know what you're getting yourself into, and you're going into it with basically a to-do list, right? Correct. And you know what is important. So the dry rot, we knew we were going to go through a winter, so we didn't have to address it right away. But we just did now because the sun is coming out. It would just do even more damage to the wood. So now it was time for us to take care of it.
Yeah.
And we knew we had to budget for it, so it wasn't a surprise.
And even when a home is being sold as is, a lot of times if something really major pops up in those home inspections, you know, obviously we're going to fight for every dollar for our clients on either side that we're on. And so we're still sometimes able to negotiate, you know, even if it's a compromise on, you know, half of the repairs or a portion of it, because it is important. And no matter what, once we do inspections, those items, if we're representing a buyer, those items are going to have to be addressed at some point for that seller. And they're going to have to disclose that those items are coming up. So a lot of times we can use that in our favor and really, again, fight for you to make sure that you get everything you can out of the purchase. So
just to recap, if you're a seller, you want to know what's going on with your house before a buyer comes in and does all the inspections.
Yes.
And as a buyer, even if you can't get the repairs done, you'll have a honey-do list on stuff that you need to do once you own the house. Which is fun.
Yeah. And we have great vendors. So once you are in the house, or if you are doing it as a seller, we've got great vendors that we can recommend that will take care of that punch list for you.
Right, exactly. So with that, thanks so much again for tuning in. And if you have any questions real estate related, we are here for you.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.